Welcome to the D&D world of Roll 420s from Binge on This. Behold the wonders of Valkadoria and the adventures of our motley crew. Join along as a racially confused cleric.
My name is Flint Fireforge, son of Micah Fireforge. The reason for this is because I'm actually a human cleric, but I totally believe that I'm a dwarf.
A klepto with a forgotten past.
My name is Silver with a Y. With no memory before the age of 89. Silver's past is a mystery.
A 300-pound stoner that was raised by Monty Python pirates.
My name is Thelonious Kindbud of Clan Kindbud, and I'm the captain of the Sing Semidia. And we cultivate the healing herb known as Da'ish, whose properties, when ingested, are pretty dope, my guy.
And a woodsman from Montana.
What's your character's name? His full name?
Steve. He's real big into bagpipes too. Yeah, that was like a big instrument with him, to translate to bagpipes. So he's like really good with like Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
And Nickelback.
As they go on a wild campaign known as
the campaign, I've called it the War of the Brother Kings.
Fuck, you baller monster. Okay, I'm so hyped, dog. Oh man, where's my bowl?
Join us for this brand new D&D campaign on an all-new show from Binge on This called Roll 420s.
Welcome to the Binge on This network. This is Sam of All Trades. I am Sam Maskell, your host. How's everyone doing today? He's still in quarantine, and we are on episode 1. So what is Sam of All Trades? Well, I guess I would have to start with who Sam is. I was born in Istanbul, Turkey. My mother French, father American. My father was a DEA agent. He would go undercover months at a time to bust big crime lords, essentially. And my mother, she was a tutor for French and English, and was a model. And we traveled the world. And because of that, I became an observer. I picked up languages like no other. I observed the cultures, and I was just doing a lot of intake, and the outtake of that was art. I drew constantly. I couldn't stop drawing. And as a kid, the culture shock from moving from one country to another, not just from, for you American viewers out there, going from one state to another is quite drastic. But when it's a complete and utter culture, religion, food, all of that, it's a pretty big shock on a kid's system. So I would have to adapt pretty quickly. The unfortunate event out of all of that became that I got bored easily. After a few years being somewhere, I became antsy. I would need a big change. And it goes on into my adult life, where after a while I can't. The longest I probably stayed somewhere was 7 years, which was in Arizona, and I couldn't take it anymore. And so I moved to LA for the big drastic change. I've had a lot of trades. I've had a lot of jobs. The current job, the job I've had for 15 years that I've held on to as my profession, is I'm a tattoo artist. I was told by the guy who apprenticed me that I could take this art form anywhere, any time period, any economic climate, and still make money. And it's true. At any point in time, I could make money with my art. I could go to jail and still make money with my art. And that's how it was sold to me. I found that very comforting, especially for someone who traveled as much as I did. I didn't need to talk someone into buying my existential painting that I did that represents my inner turmoil. But it wasn't everything I expected it to be. After doing it for this long, I've realized I don't enjoy it that much. And I have a slew of reasons. We'll get into those later. But for the last 6 years, have been trying to transition over to writing screenplays. I am currently starting a book, and I've been trying to chug along with that. And the same thing, 3, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years into it, I'm realizing I didn't realize some of the trials and tribulations I would have to go through. Not that that is a deterrent. In fact, I've buckled down more. But this is exactly what Sam of All Trades is. I want to talk to people. I want to interview people about what they do and what we don't know that they do. What do people think they do as opposed to what do they perceive they do as opposed to what they actually do? I have so much access to so many different people in so many different backgrounds, and especially now in LA, I've been here for the last 3 years tattooing, right smack dab in the middle of West Hollywood between the Viper Room and the Whiskey A Go-Go. And here I am talking to some of the most interesting and some of the most crazy and some of the most, not the best people, and some of the best people I've ever met has been right here in West Hollywood. It's a wild spot. And so I've made some friends, and I'm always interested in what they do. Because I essentially have to sit there and tattoo them for hours on end, and we get to talking. And the grass is always greener when you think about someone's job. When you think, oh, you're an actor? That must be amazing. You're in a band that travels and goes to radio stations and plays songs? That's amazing. But I always find myself finding out things that I had no clue about, that I did not expect, because I kind of tend to pry a little deeper. Again, you're sitting there hours on end with someone, and you get pretty deep. It's like talking to your hairdresser at that point. And I am amazed at some of the stories that I hear about their job that I had no clue about. And I find fascinating. I might have thought that I wanted to do said job, but because of what I found out, I thought, wow, that's really what it takes to do that? That doesn't sound fun. Or I don't know if I want to put 20 years of my life and essence into this and possibly make it. It is a city of dreams. And again, as an observer, as someone who's sold vacuums door to door, as someone who's sold comics in retail, as someone who's ran drugs, as someone who's had an office job, I feel I have a unique perspective on the world. So in conclusion, I guess, Sam of All Trades is a show about curiosity and interest. And we're going to delve into what these people do. I'm very excited about our guests that are going to be coming up. I have a NASA engineer. I have singer-songwriters. I have tattooers, definitely. I have a lot of people that I can bring in on this, and I want to pick their brains. So thank you for listening. If you can subscribe and smash the like button for the Binge on this network, and leave me a comment. Let me know what sort of trades you were interested in growing up. Have you pursued it? Is it a hobby? Did you make it into a career? Is it everything you thought it would be? These are the things that I'm going to be asking. So I want to know it from you guys too. And if you have any questions that you want to ask me, feel free to leave them. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your quarantine. Don't forget to check us out on the Binge on This channel, where you can find us on iTunes and Spotify and any streaming service, where you'll see us roll 420s, our new D&D game, where we smoke pot and kill dragons. This, that, and the other with me and Bryan. We BS about all kinds of stuff. What's Hood with Forever Cabron for the Latin look on life. And Reading Ronin with Bryan, where he reads you to sleep.